Welcome to the Daily High, everybody. Happy Daily High. All-time high in Bitcoin. How are you, Tone?
Yeah, it's starting to be an everyday statement now. I'm wearing my buy the dip shirt, and you don't even get a chance to buy a real dip. We dipped last night, and I'm sure Matt's going to talk about that real quick. I got to catch a flight, so this is going to be a short show. Matt, take it away.
Yeah, look, it's weird to come. We're a bit earlier tonight in Australia, so it's actually quite weird for me. I'm not drunk, so this is going to be interesting if I can if I can still do this show. I'll do my best here. Okay, so this is really cool. On last night's show, I made a big. There was nothing that happened in the whole day, so I made a big focus about saying how we were overextended here, and the price was right here at 72 100 when we did the show around in that zone last night. And I made a big point that we could come back down. No, I kept saying we have to come back and test this seven. I kept saying exponential moving average. It's a simple moving average. It's the same point either way, but they're slightly different lines. These are simple moving averages, just to be clear. But I kept saying that the price will always float around this, above and below. It'll always stay the same. And when you get really far extended from it, it has to come back down at one point, whether that's through a consolidated sideways movement, which it'll do here, it'll bring up this quite quickly, or it'll flash crash like it did right here. It did exactly that. And I'm not saying that I predicted it, but
All right,
we
Matt,
even
use
got a,
numbers. Use numbers, not right here. Use numbers.
sorry. Yes,
Use
right,
our
right, right,
numbers.
right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to go fast because of Tone's got a flight to catch, and we've got some stuff to talk about. And I said in the show last night, I think it could come to 69, 200, no worries, like that. And it actually went a little bit below that, but it had a fantastic response off that, which I was really excited. But it has to be mentioned even prior to that, the flash crash that we had, we did get an all-time high at 73. We broke 73, then we flash crashed down, and then we had a fantastic recovery off it, and then we got new all-time highs today. What a way to go. What a way to go on the daily time frame. I'm going to go to the 4 hour time frame to have a look at what else we're looking at right here. I also said in the show that I could see it coming down to the 30 exponential moving average. It's at that same price, the 69 400 here, but as we said, we got down to almost a 50, which is great, which we have done a hell of a lot. So this is how I tend to trade things when I don't want to buy, like I might buy a breakout of here if it's doing this consolidated point here. Otherwise, if we start to close candles below the 7 simple moving average, I start looking for the next moving average, which would be on the 30. And then if we break through that, I start looking to the 50. And if we start breaking through that, I'll start looking for one of Tone's MRIs and support areas. But then barring that, then I start going, okay, we're coming back to the 200 which, it didn't happen this time, thank God. But that's what happens regularly. We will come back inside the 200 on the 4 hour time frame. That's where I start to look for. But this is just going, it's just running away. So what was the max price we got to in this little pump up here? We got to 30, 73, yeah, 650. Nice. Very nice. I'll just quickly go into the 15 minutes. So I give Tone most of the attention of this show because he's got to run. As you know, I love Bangbox, the new indicator for alphanumetrics, which is now available, going to be, well, from tomorrow, probably available on for everybody. If they use the affiliate links in the description below and they go over and join our Discord group, these are going to be published. So every time there's a signal, there'll be a signal on the Discord group, which will flash and tell you the entry price, the exit price, and the stop loss as it's trailing, everything. So please take advantage of that great Discord group. We're also going to set up a Telegram group as well, which will have there's exactly the same thing, but it'll just be the signals coming through, bang, bang, bang. But you need the affiliate links to get it, the free service. I'm really excited to bring you that. All right, it's 15-minute time frame. As you can see, these little pink arrows here have been great. Of all these trades right here, there's only been one loser. That's been 20%, 20%. That trade stopped out. This trade 20%, and we had another one today, which is not stopped out yet, and it's still active as we speak right now. It didn't get to its target of 2%, but let's have a look where the measured move would need to be. I believe it's 800. So we got to get to, about 73, 800 and 60 for this one to take another 20% on the trade. I highly believe that we will get to that point.
But
We're still in
has the
profit.
stop loss moved up because you won over 1%, or the stop loss is still at like 1 or
It's it's
2%?
it's 2%. It's 2%. It was when the trailing stop is
Oh,
initiated.
so it's 2% one way or another, right? No matter what, they don't get adjusted until one of those two hits.
That's right. That's right. So
Okay.
we're still live and active in this trade right now. I reckon we'll get another 20% at least at this point. But so that's really exciting for me that we keep getting these signals over and over again, and more often than not, they've been absolutely rock and roll. So 12-hour time frame fish off, nothing to say. Nothing to say. Tearing above everything. Tone, I'll hand it over to you. What do you think, mate? Loving it?
Um, yeah, that shakeout yesterday was a little bit scarier than the one the day before. Wouldn't you agree?
No, I was asleep. I was asleep for the whole thing. I
Oh,
woke up and
goddamn.
I didn't see any of it. It's all you Americans wrecking the world for everybody, and us Australians bringing it back up.
So there's a couple of things. Let me go to, well, let's just start with the higher level time frames. Weekly candle still looks strong, not as strong as last week's candle. I have the numbers from
Why?
ETF
Why? Why?
purchases.
Why it doesn't look as strong as last week's candle?
Well, so far, right? Still has more time. It's up less than last week's candle so far.
Right.
We're only halfway through the week. Yeah, it
Yep.
can certainly finish stronger. But for now, right, this is a smaller candle than the week before, smaller candle than the week before. So we're tapering off, but we don't know how this candle is going to end. So I would be, I mean, I don't think we're going to get to 78 this week. I think this candle is going to be at most as big as last week's candle. But probably even a little bit less, right? Because I think sooner or later we are going to get a couple of days of pullback. So if let's say we go up to say 75, 76, and then at the end of the week pull back, we went up over the weekend. I mean, Bitcoin went up like 2 or 3 grand over the weekend. I'm not really expecting that again this upcoming weekend. It's possible, but I would be kind of surprised if it goes up like that all week long and through the weekend. That would be a little surprising for me, but hey, anything can happen. We still have 3 more weeks to go in addition to this week to reach a weekly MRI top. And I would love to see a weekly MRI top. And I would like to see it, in the beginning of April, because that would be the perfect time for me to take profit on the dip and put another one of these purple things in. Because if we keep going up into April, there's no way Consensio is going to tell me to get out. The daily chart is now halfway towards its MRI count. I have a target on the MRI count of about 78,000. So that's another place. If we go straight into 78,000 on the daily MRI top, that would be where I'm also looking to take some profit and wait for a little bit of a pullback, maybe back to this $71,000 range. I think the prior all-time high is going to be one hell of a magnet for a pullback. And once we get into the $80,000 range, the prior all-time high becomes my most likely pullback. And as I've stated before, once we break that $80,000 high, 84, let's say, and stay there for more than an hour, stay there for about a week or two, then I think that going below 50,000 ever again becomes unlikely. Still, anything's possible, but very unlikely. The 1 hour chart. So let's go with the 4 hour chart first. On the 4 hour chart, we continue to make higher highs and higher lows. This is very, very consistent. We have not even touched that second area moving average yet. The MRI support line is super far below. Notice we did not get another MRI support line off of this MRI top, because this MRI top on the 4 hour was different. It hit an all-time high. This is what I mean about this pullback being a lot scarier than the last one, at least for me, because it took 2 4 hour candles to achieve. So it took a little bit longer in time. And also notice that the MRI top candle was also a price flip candle. This is one of those things where people keep asking me, Tone, how is MRI different than the TD sequential from Tom DeMark? And this is in one of several ways in which it's different. It's not the same indicator. It is different. And this is one of the differences where the MRI top did not have, was not a green priced candle. It was a candle that reversed the trend itself. And that's why it did not create another MRI support line. We're still dealing with the MRI support line back there. It'd be nice to see an MRI support line, which would have been, that MRI support line would have been down here, and we would have pierced it, but we would not have closed the, ooh, that would have been close. Yeah, we would have pierced it, but we would not have closed above it. That's where the MRI support line would have been had the MRI top been a little bit different than it currently is. Anyway, and the hourly chart is where things were really interesting. So, oh man, so I can see how people could have gotten, got their stop losses hit. I had two areas of support similar to here. It would have been the same moving average, but it was also this MRI support line right there below. Well, let me put numbers to it. The moving average is at 69,300, and the MRI support line was at 68,500. So I would have set my stop losses either just below the moving average, which means it gets hit, or just below the MRI support line, which means it does not get hit. And when do I buy back in if I get caught in this stop loss? Well, you got to buy the breakout. So the green star candle right there at 2100 New York time at the price of, well, just as we're breaking above 71,500, that's a 1 hour green star candle that gets me back in. On the 4 hour chart, you will also have a green star candle that begins at 72,000. That would have happened at midnight New York time. And on the daily, there was no reason to get out. The daily remained fully bullish, and we did not break the prior candle swing low. So those would be my levels. Peek at the S&P this morning. S&P is going higher. The markets are just on a roll. I mean, I'd rather have my position in Bitcoin. It's making me more money. But yeah, if Bitcoin ever turns into a bear market, I'll probably be back in the S&P 500 because I think this is going to go up and up and up. And my projection that the S&P will reach the top of this massive channel, as I've been saying for years now, is very, very high. I mean, S&P 6,000, maybe even by end of the year. I would not be surprised at all. S&P up and away. All right, that's it for me. Unless you have a quick question, we got to wrap this up. I got to pack and I got to run to the airport.
Yeah, no questions except for that because we still have the 4 hour and the 12 hour candle just flipped. So this is the midday point for me. Normally we're coming half an hour later, so I think you'll see a fair bit of action in the next 30 minutes on Bitcoin that we normally get before the show actually starts. So if you look at the 12-hour time frame, it's a good, or 4 hour. That's the ones that I will really watch exactly in this next period. So I like to see that the 12-hour close very, very strongly. And the 4 hour as well. So that's all I'm interested in seeing in the next half an hour. I have to readjust to the time.
Well, the 12-hour, the 12-hour also gave us a green star candle.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah.
That followed an MRI top. So across all these time frames, right? You got a green star candle on the hourly, on the 4 hour, and now on the 12-hour, and this last 12-hour candle would have hit that green star a few hours ago. So all my time frames, I mean, daily remains bullish, weekly remains bullish, and all the lower time frames, 12-hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, they all gave us green star candles within the last 8 hours. So everything pointed to getting back into the price, back into the bullish trade. I remain bullish for the rest of the day. We'll see how it goes. These shakeouts kind of suck, but they're great because they do not pierce prior swing lows.
No, they're really great, and it's a great power move that they keep getting bought up the way that they are. So we couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier.
All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna stop my screen share. Oh, you should probably add the Discord link to the channel description.
I'll hold off on the Discord link. Yeah, it's easy to find. Just go to blackbox.pro and you can find the link in there. But I'll actually have it in the description tomorrow when we release the bang box signals on there. But you could go ahead and join now. There's 500-600 people in there. Very active group. It's fantastic. All you need to do is just sign up for the affiliate links in the description below. Otherwise, it's free, and it's free to do that anyway. So please like and subscribe. Visit tonebase.com, alphametrics.com. See you tomorrow. All-time highs.
Bye, guys.